Douglas John Mulray.
Never in my long radio career have I worked with or seen such an immense talent.
In my time in the industry, which was last century, some time ago, I had the pleasure of working with a lot of talented people, up to and including the legendary British David Frost, none of whom were as good as Doug.
Dougie Mulray, it's Andrew, the boy genius from indoor cricket here, though as you can see, horribly weathered by gravity, as indeed I'm sure are you.
This man is not a dentist. This is Doug. So he actually can show you his face. It's just that we'd rather not.
I'm delighted to hear that you've been inducted into the Commercial Radio Hall of Fame, dragged out of the bathroom of bullshit where you normally live. That's tremendous. And boy, do you deserve it, because if ever there was an apex broadcaster perfectly suited to catch and kill in his environment, it was you. Obviously, the years I worked with you, was it 2 or was it 1,000? I can't remember, but they were actually some of the most exciting of my life. You were my mentor, or should I say my bent mentor, or even my bentor. You taught me everything I know about things you shouldn't take. You were the king of not so much talk radio, but toke radio, and you broke the mould. In fact, you reinvented the idea of a mould. You single-handedly, as far as I could see, put commercial FM radio on the map. You were the first ever to take a commercial FM radio station to number 1 against the then dominant AM radio. And you were mad as a fucking meat axe, Doug, and I loved it.
Yes, I think I know what you're trying to say, you perverted little prince, you.
It was high octane, it was high intensity, and sometimes, as you will remember, it was just high. The stuff we did every morning, broadcasting to 1 million listeners, everything from garbos to barristers, was just often off the wall. It was bizarre, it was black, it was piss-taking, it was funny, it was on the edge, it was wild, and it remains some of the greatest broadcasting memories of my life. Who else would allow his young co-writer and contributor to write a jingle about himself and then have it recorded and broadcasted? And I'll remind you of the jingle. I'm going to sing now, so everybody get ready. Here we go. To the tune of Girl from Ipanema, if you don't recognise it. This is what we put to air about you, Doug. Short and squat and fat and ugly, the man called Dougie Mulray goes walking, and when he goes walking, all the girls, they go, ugh. You put that to air. That's the kind of man you were. I think that's the kind of man you still are.
No one doubts that Triple M's number 1 position on the airwaves is based largely on Doug Mulray.
And not just radio, but television commercials.
Doug Mulray does strange things to people's heads. Triple M.
Live performances, doing his own songs in front of tens of thousands of people. Songs like You Are Soul. TV shows cancelled after 1 episode because Packer considered they were too risque. Genius stuff. Celebrities, politicians, no one was safe. Even I was terrified of turning on the radio, and I was the content director. One morning I woke up to hear Doug taking calls from listeners on whether they would prefer to have Frank Vincent do the show or have cancer of the anus. Worse still, he made that the show promo. I mean, really. Cancer of the anus won the poll, by the way.
You won't fool the children of the revolution, certainly not the children of the Russian Revolution. They're all dead. It's 25-9.
So many international visitors were interviewed by Uncle Doug, and so many times they walked out of the studio dazed. And I'm talking about people like Robin Williams, who is, you will never find a more frenetic person. He walked out and he's gone like, holy crap, who is this guy?
It's 8:52 a.m.
One more time for the slow learners, Uncle Clocker.
It's 8:52 a.m.
Doug Mulray was a unique human being. His performance was, well, it speaks for itself, really. His inducting into the Hall of Fame is an endorsement of his contribution to the radio industry. But his being in the Hall of Fame, I think, lifts it to another level. His contribution to the industry is that good.
He included everybody in the station, everybody in the studio, producers, the newsroom, the sports people, the receptionists. He brought all of them onto the show. So he created the Mulray family. Because of that inclusiveness, you listened to the show and you felt part of that family. Big part of the show was the anti-ads.
Marshall, if you want to hear a man gabbling coherently about pianos, organs and keyboards, come and see me at Villawood. But if you want to hear a great deal on a bed, come and see my mate Joyce May.
Hello, Chris.
She's got loads of beds. She's got big beds, little beds.
Sponsors and agencies and companies would literally send their commercials into us and say, please, for the love of God, shitbag us. Because once you'd been shitbagged by Doug, you'd kind of made it. Nobody was upset by that. Oh, no, sorry. No, one person was. One notable exception to that was, well, I mentioned his name. No, he was a rival Sydney broadcaster.
And the phone is ringing for me and my gal. Stand by. Hello, Doug Mulray, Triple M.
Bonjour. From the French meaning hello, it's Gloria.
Hello, Gloria, how are you? You actually sound a little rattled.
We nicknamed him Gloria because of the theme tune to his show. We gently lampooned him.
It's not fair. What about my station? 2LSN, radio.
Yes, radio for the partially deaf.
And he got very bent out of shape. Very bent out of shape. Oh, indeed. Oh, my goodness me.
I'm in high dudgeon.
I see. Is that near Hurstville at all?
Look, I bet I'm upset.
So much so that his lips contracted into the shape of the ABC logo. Oh, my God.
Woo! Doug, it's so great to see you in the Hall of Fame finally. We all thought you were there decades ago. Nobody deserves it more than you in Australian radio, or world radio as far as I'm concerned, because I think you're one of the best there is.
Congratulations, Doug. Very proud of you, mate, as a friend and family.
I love you, Dougie. Thanks for everything you taught me. Thanks for everything you gave me, and for some of the things you took from me. I'll get them back one day. Congratulations on this, your ascension to the finest throne ever known to mankind. Bye.
People say, oh, who taught you radio? Oh, Doug Mulray. It's a bit like saying, who taught you guitar? Oh, Hendrix. So thanks for that, Doug. Congratulations, Dougie. You finally made it.
And as Yoko Ono once famously said, good on you, Uncle Doug.
I'll cop you later. Bye. It's been fabulous having me at your place. I mean that very sincerely.